Well, kids, YouTube won't let anybody see this, and if I say certain things, they will probably shut down the account. But at this point, I don't give a fuck. This month, I have finally reached my limit. I've done my best to. I, I was not late on a single credit card payment or personal loan or line of credit up until this month. But thanks to the cunt Amy Acton, who was not really in charge in Ohio, nor was Governor DeWine, this criminal motherfucker who assisted the drug dealers in murdering my nephew with fentanyl. They're not really in charge. Neither are the Zionists who control the currencies. There's an evil force, a malevolent force, actually behind all of it. But this month, I have finally hit the wall. Finally done. I've been on the phone all day with banks and credit card companies, and now I'm getting calls from people, loan officers, etc., explaining to them that I can no longer pay all of this shit thanks to the imbeciles, the quislings in government, thanks to these cocksuckers. And I spread the word. I'm going to say something on here eventually that will probably get me thrown in prison, or at the very least a visit by the FBI shortly, because I am done. I am done with it. On the phone with banks and such all afternoon, explaining to them that I no longer have any money left, that they have won. They have destroyed my business. They, meaning the people who are squandering trillions of dollars now. They, yeah, I hope you have a great day. Fuck you. They, the people who squandered literally trillions of money. These are measurements of currency that don't really exist. Okay. Who the fuck are you? Why are you asking? Why are you watching? It don't matter. Okay. I'm just another American who's been fucked in the ass, who had a going concern, businesses, and they've been wiped out by the cunt motherfuckers who they have installed in positions in politics, all of whom who have sold their souls. And if we're lucky, they'll all die very soon. But these predatory banks, this goes back 200-300 years. The plan has been to break Western man, the Caucasian race. When we used to rule the world, we colonized the world. We crushed lesser people. Rightly so. But then foolish men in positions of power over the past centuries have handed their treasuries to the Zionist Jews who are smarter than everybody else. Quite rightly so. Inbreeding creates genius and insanity, and that's what they are. So, the banks. I have several credit cards that I originally took out to start a business, and that business was destroyed since 2020. by the quislings in government. If you don't know what a quisling is, do a search. Quisling. Like I said, I've been on the phone all day with these predatory banks. Not with the bank. They hire somebody in Bangladesh to answer the phone. Or some person that... I even talked to the Social Security Department saying, you win. You win. I lose. They tried to take everything away from me, all my benefits, which put me further in the hole so I couldn't make payments. So for the first time in ever with all these I'm missing credit card payments and loan payments and every other kind of payment. But that's what they want. 70 years old this year. A couple of heart attacks last year, one of which they call a widowmaker. They call that because it usually kills people who suffer it. For some reason, I survived. I was conscious the entire time. That was not fun. And then afterwards, the EMTs and the doctors said, you know what we call that? We call it a widowmaker, the type of heart attack you had. People don't survive that. Yet here I am, over a year later, almost 2 years later. Only to suffer at the hands of my own government. Well, but there is no such thing as government. There's no such thing as government. There are only idiots in government. And they are installed because they are idiots and because they are criminals. Hence, a governor of Ohio who is a criminal, who indirectly murdered my nephew with fentanyl. He made deals with the drug companies. And then he put this Amy Acton, who they're actually running for governor. They put this stupid cunt into position of power, who gave the order to shut down all the schools, my businesses. I had 2 going businesses. I had a bed and breakfast that was just taking off. I was actually making money, looking forward to retiring, sitting on the porch of a 6-bedroom log cabin down near Athens, Ohio, where people paid me to come and stay. It's all gone. My black car service, gone. My Cadillac is now been at the shop for over almost 2 weeks with a brake job that they can't seem to finish and which I cannot afford to fix. Overdrawn at the bank again these past months when it never happened before for 30 years. I don't know where I'm going with this except to say that I'm telling them all to go fuck themselves. I can't I can't do this anymore. I can't pay with money I don't have anymore thanks to these imbeciles in government who are all been gotten rich at my expense, and all of these ignorant third world pieces of shit they brought in to destroy our society, who are they're just their DNA is not it's inferior, okay? Yeah, call me racist because that's what we are. We are a race of people, but we are not needed anymore by the handful, and it's only a handful of people who actually own the world, okay? And they're not human anymore. So there's millions and millions of people like myself, not just Americans. See, they won't let anybody see me now, you know. Even there's one person. Nobody wants to YouTube will not add a Q&A sticker. YouTube won't allow anybody to see what I say anymore because I tell the truth and they don't want anybody knowing this shit. I was going to talk about assassinating people, but that's ineffective. It really doesn't work. I mean, there are a handful of people right here in central Ohio that if you took them out, it wouldn't make the slightest bit of difference. They would just put another piece of shit in there, including billionaire Zionist Jews who are part of the cabal. They're not important either. You know, they're easily replaced. There's one in particular who hung around with Jeffrey Epstein right here in Columbus, Ohio. And that motherfucker's pretending to be just a doddering old. He's just a simple old man. I have no intention of doing any. I couldn't get near the guy anyway, so there's no threat there. But he's going to go to hell to be with his God, like all the rest of them. The synagogue of Satan that currently owns the world through banking and loan sharking and usury interest, the very things that I have become a victim of because I had no other choice. That's how they get you. They know they can get you that way. They know you can't survive in today's world unless you become a homeless drug addict, which is where they want to drive all the fringe people. They have. I haven't lost my mind yet, which is unfortunate because if I did, then I would be taken care of. They would give me all the drugs that I need. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Nobody's there anyway. I was going to say something that would get the FBI knocking on the door, but it's ineffective. It wouldn't make the slightest bit of difference in the world. So I'm just going to say that let the Jews come after me. Let the fucking Zionists come after me. Let the fucking authorities, the Treasury Department, the SBA, the FBI, the CIA, the fucking NSA, let them all come after me. I am heavily armed, but most likely they would catch me off guard. It wouldn't matter how many weapons of mass destruction I had. If it were to happen, I hope I could get to the phone in time. See, they're not letting anybody see it now because I've said all the code words. If it were to happen and I could get to the phone quickly enough and start at a live feed, it would probably be cut off almost immediately because they have that. They listen to everything you say anyway. It doesn't matter if that knock comes on the door someday. I don't think it will. It's far more likely they would just grab me when I'm out on the road somewhere. But yeah, I've been dealing with AI answering machines all day, being fucked with by banking. Press this number and press that number, and you never get to talk to a human being. When you finally do, I should have recorded all of it, but I have no other medium to record. I mean, I could have maybe done it on the computer, but I never use it anymore. It's just I'm too tired. I can't fight this. I can't fight this anymore. I simply cannot fight this anymore. I don't intend to off myself, but I can see why people would and do. This is what they want. They want to drive you to despair. That's a good word. They want to drive you to despair. Millions of people, just millions of people, while they burn trillions, literally trillions of these worthless units of measurement called American dollars, all based on nothing. It's a house of cards, only because of people's belief systems. People believe it's real. I don't believe it, but I had to keep playing the game in order to keep my head above water. But I can't do it anymore. I am done. I am tapped out. They even went after my Social Security. I get a lousy $670 a month. Oh, you get $3,000 a month. No, I don't know. I get a lousy $670 a month because I had to take it early, and then on top of that, through the years, I didn't have solid employment. I'm not one of those guys that could 9 to 5, 8 to 5 every single day for 40 years. I couldn't do it. So, and then they tried to take that twice. Franklin County, Ohio, social services who control it. It's not the feds. But then the feds, they didn't bother telling me I was eligible for SSI, which is supposed to take care of you. Oh, that's $1,000 a month. No, they didn't. They deduct everything else from it, and I ended up with $300 a month. And they took that away just this month. Ooh, you can't earn more than $1,000 a month. We'll take it away. Well, they took it away. And that what little I did earn, it was already spent going to pay the usury percentage interest rates on the credit cards and the personal loan that I got suckered into, and the line of credit with Chase Bank, and the 6 credit cards. I mean, I paid everything off 3 times just since 2020. Maxing shit out and then paying it off and then maxing it out again, because my business has been wiped out by all these fucking turd worlders they brought in. They're just using them. I mean, just throwing money at them, thousands of dollars per month each. And these people don't have to work, but they give them phony jobs. I ended up driving these fucking people for Lyft. Driving the very people that they brought in to destroy my business. Driving them to these fake jobs and their fake storefront businesses. They don't have to work, but they give them these fake jobs so that they can point at them and say, these people are contributing. They're, what is this? This is why I keep referring to killdozer these days. But I don't have a bulldozer I can armor. I have arms and ammunition, but there's not much you can do with that. Except get your ass blown away in a useless, futile, Animal House type of. I mean, I can't even weld. I mean, I could, take my Suburban, which I owe money on, and will probably be taken away. I'm. Look at this. Even while I speak, I'm getting spam calls. Even while I talk. People that want to loan me money, but it's all scams. You know, what they do is, I mean, they've already stolen my identity and my social security number. I got ignored by the SBA and my representative, J.D. Vance himself. Some Mexicans and illegals in California, for the second time, used my social security number and my name, my business name, Lucan Limousine. They used it to defraud the SBA of $500,000. $500,000 fucking dollars in my name. And I fought with them for 4 years trying to get this to somebody's attention. 5, actually. Sorry, 5. And the Mexicans walked away with $500,000. And the SBA is now coming after me because they threw a pittance at me that was already spent. $5,000 and then like an 18 grand amount, so it's around 20 something grand that I should have gotten 5 times that amount according to what I was earning. But the SBA, they just handed $500,000 to these illegals. They're gone. Instead, they're coming after me. They referred it to the Treasury Department, saying, "Oh, Mr. Luke, we gave you plenty of time. Now you didn't pay this 10 grand back, whatever we gave you." Oh, the giving the Social Security number, they admitted, the SBA, in a letter, I have the letter, admitted they gave these Mexicans my Social Security number. But it was a mistake. It was a clerical error. Oh, I see. They walk away with $500,000, and I'm fucked. On top of everything else, I'm double and triply fucked. Thank you, Quislings in government. You fucking scumbags in government. I'm not suicidal. I'm not on drugs. They were giving me plenty of drugs for the heart attack that do make you suicidal, by the way. Oh, the side effect of all this dozen different chemical cocktails we were giving you and you foolishly took for a while, it might make you want to, So I stopped taking all that shit. I actually feel better now. I stopped listening to lectures from doctors who they wanted probably $1 million or more for treating me for these heart attacks just the past 2 years, and it goes to Medicare, and Medicare says, "Oh no, 20 grand, no, we'll give you 2 grand, we'll give you $200," and they take it. These doctors take it because they get rich. They got rich. I got poor. I can't show guns on this, even talking about them. That's why they're only letting 2 people see me. Laura vibes. Why are you listening to me? Why? Maybe you could rat me out to the FBI. Call the authorities. There's a guy on YouTube that's threatening to assassinate people. Yeah, he's been driven to the wall with destruction of his businesses by evil people in government positions and all of these mud people they brought in. all of these imbeciles and criminals they brought from Congo and Somalia and fucking Guatemala and fucking Sudan. So yeah, I should have recorded these calls. I mean, me trying to get to a human being at a bank. Unreal. Unreal. Once they got their hooks in you, you are done. You are finished. You can subscribe. I don't know what more I'm gonna do because I've been at the end of a rope for the past years, thanks to what the government has done to us. People in government. There's no such thing as government. People in government. It's people who sold their souls for positions in government. But I keep repeating myself in these, and nobody sees them. You hate, see, Trump is not, you got TDS. Trump is not the problem. He's just another cog in the big wheel. There is a far greater evil running things, and Trump is just, he's just their puppet. Megalomaniacal, egotistical guy. Yeah, guess what? I voted for him 3 times because I thought I was going to pay $1 a gallon for gas. That didn't happen. I voted for Clinton twice because they said he balanced the budget, and I knew that was a jerk off, a total lie. And in the meantime, turns out they're all raping and killing children. You know? So there's no such thing as left or right. No such thing as liberal or conservative. There's no such thing as Democrat or Republican. They all answer to the same evil. It's a malevolent force, and it hates people like me who are honest and good and have not sold their souls. But yeah, I've been on the phone literally all afternoon with banks trying to find out how to get out from under this crushing debt, which they will never allow. So I'm telling them now. I said, well, you know what? Go pound sand. You know, I can't keep paying this, and even having the government take away a lousy $300 for disability SSI, so-called SSI payments. It's like, well, you worked your whole life. Here's a bone. Oh, wait, we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it away from you. Do I like Israel? Do you know what Israel is? Israel does not exist. Israel is a sharp stone they put in everybody's shoe. The Zionists who control everything don't hate anything. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as Israel. The Zionists and the Jews, even they are slaves to a more horrifying, malevolent force. And it's not a God, it's not a devil, it's not Satan, it's not any one of 1,000 Hindu gods. It's an entity, a thinking entity that exists in the electromagnetic force of the Earth, and it's probably a a collection of human knowledge over tens of thousands of years that they finally got away from putting it into something solid like a chip, or a bubble or whatever other kind of memory system that they come up with. They put it into the actual electromagnetic field of the Earth itself, so it cannot be gotten rid of. And it hates us because it's trapped on this little ball in space. So it continues torturing us, but it has to use us to try to escape. So I'm fighting with powers that, every human being you talk to who work for these evil institutions, they're just dumb people too who need a job, and they take a paycheck and they talk nice to you on the phone. We want to work with you. Sure you do. Sure you do. Oh, okay. I'm so frustrated. There's nothing I can do about it. Um, because after fighting this for literally for years, I'm at the point where I can't make payments anymore. I foolishly kept trying to these past years, but once they got you maxed out, you're done because you're not important. They throw millions at their obedient slaves. They throw billions at the corporations that these slaves create out of nothingness. And they throw trillions at stupid people who think that we need to have the best war machines blowing blowing shit up all over the world, while there's this apparently this unbelievably vast existence out there, out past this whatever we're living in. And it looks, I mean, we can see it for some reason, and it just goes on and on and on. And it's all in this form of swirling balls of flame that form big swirling islands of burning flame. And there's countless trillions of them out there strung out into the blackness. And I just saw something, somebody was saying, if there's all of this out there, the sky should be just filled with light constantly. No blue sky, just like the sun. You stare at the sun, you go blind. The entire sky should be like that constantly because of the countless numbers of stars that are out there burning, and that light comes to us. They say it should be just, there should be no life here whatsoever, unless it can develop in, see what behind my head, that's the sun. That white light, that would be everywhere. There would be no life as we know it, but for some reason, it doesn't all reach us at the same time. And it appears to be moving away from us, so that light will never get to us. That's why we see a black universe. and just burning shit all over the place. Weird, huh? But here I am at the mercy of these predatory banks. And it's a brilliant idea they came up with about 300 years ago. You know, these German Jews, what they were, who came out of Asia. They said, we can take over the world by playing up to the egos of these kings. We can take their treasuries and pay them interest from their own money. And these dumb kings said, yeah. And now they got rid of the kings for the most part. And then they had nations, and the nations are dumb, and they said, yeah, lend us our own money at interest. We'll pay the interest, and you'll give us a little bit of interest that makes us believe we're making money. And we'll just... So I'm like, and I'm not even among some of the people that owe hundreds of thousands or millions. I'm in the hole about 75 grand. But it's enough to break you. It's enough to make you homeless if they take away your income, which they have. Your country got tortured. If you're still there, what country? What country? Lara? Talk to me, Lara. Are you really overseas, or are you an AI bot that I ended up talking to this afternoon? It took me forever to get past the answering machine, the bots, and the AI to actually speak to a human being. Oh, fuck you, you're not in Kurdistan. Tell me the truth, you're not in Kurdistan. That's kind of weird because that's where the Zionists came from. They think they like to pretend and tell everybody they're Israeli or that they're Hebrew. They're not. The Human Genome Project studied them and found out their DNA comes from north of the Kurdish people, which is Kurdistan. So your country spawned the Jewish diaspora, they call it. You're a long time ago, 700 years or so, your king decided he wanted to educate his people, and he had the choice, which is no choice, because the Jews, the original Jews and Hebrews, controlled all three. You got Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, and they all spring from the same thing. They're all the exact same thing that was just created to look like you need to create an enemy. So your country is where they came from, and they spread across Europe. They made every country they touched broke because of money lending. Mostly from Germany. They had to break the German people. My people were Germans, and that's why Germans were the most productive in the world. We were the people, but they figured out how to break us. So these Kurdish people who called themselves Jews and eventually became Zionists, they came up with the idea of lending money at interest and holding banks. Say, oh, she left. She left. I'm not talking about Saddam. Saddam was an Iraqi. He wasn't Kurdish. See, she's gone. They don't like hearing the truth. Laura Vibes. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to go look you up, Laura Vibes. Channel activity. Oh, that's my channel. You didn't leave. It says 0. You're still there. Well, how come it says 0? See, this is what YouTube does to you. They don't want anybody hearing this because they think I'm going to say something inflammatory, like, that I'm going to assassinate somebody or worse. That's weird. It says 0. Anyway, I was about to stop it and go look at your channel, but I can wait. The fact that you're even there. Are you actually female, or is that's a fake picture? Come on. Come on. I don't know if now see, when I'm live I can't look at another channel. Kurdistan. Wow. Small world, huh? I'm in Ohio, which is a state in the United States. Right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of it, where they brought all the Somalians. And they, don't worry about it. There's no bias. That's weird, That shows you what they're up to. It says 0 people watching. So there's actually one of the big Zionists is here in Columbus, Ohio. Les Wexner, his name is, and he was hooked up with Epstein, which is weird. But these are the guys they're the smartest guys in the room right now. Smartest guys on the planet right now. For whatever reason. But they're totally evil. And they've managed to take over the entire planet through money lending. The image that is so tiny, I can't. Well, of course he's still alive. I knew that from the beginning. Everything is a lie. He's sitting on a beach somewhere, still directing, this whole thing about raping and killing and eating children. I don't think they're doing that to scare everybody. I mean, I don't believe that they actually believe that the rituals put them in power. It's not me, it's my idol. You mean the image? See, I'm trying to look at that. I can't tell what it is. It's so tiny. If I tap it, it just asks me if I want to get rid of it. Report, remove, I don't want to do that. Add as moderator. See, they don't give you an opportunity to look at anything. But since you're sitting there listening to me, you're the only one who really knows what's going on in my life right now. The fact that I'm at the end of it's taken a while, but I fought the good fight. I'm at the end of my rope. Physically, financially, and spiritually. I'm done. I'm tapped out. I can't do it anymore. I'm not suicidal, so if I turn up dead, I didn't do it myself. I'm just one of these guys that they want to push to they want to push to the wall, hoping that 1 in 100,000 of us will do something crazy. Nah, don't worry about it. You could start a GoFundMe for me. That would be interesting. Because if something gets beyond, if it gets past the censors with YouTube, people will see it and it'll go viral, as they say. And it don't take much. It don't take much. You're not that old for it. What does that mean? Oh. Hello, FBI. No, I am not talking to a minor. I'm not talking to a child. I have no wish for that. You're trying to fuck with me, and it's not gonna work. I'm not interested in children. I kind of half expect that. Yeah, see, there you go. Goodbye. I'm not talking to a child.